Today we're going to talk about the holy grail of real estate, and it is real estate development. How you can get started and what you need to do to make it a success.
Cold out here, so let's go inside.
While we're going inside, I will kind of tell you the number one tip for real estate development is finding the highest and best use for a property. This property was a single family home with a large lot. We were able to end up getting 2 new construction homes on the property, which allowed us to maximize the value of the lot, maximize the value for the seller, and also to maximize the profit at the end.
What was here though was an old house, and we totally could have rehabbed it, or we could have just wholesaled it, whatever, and made money that way. But we felt the highest, best use for this property was to do this to it.
And the highest and best use is the number one thing that you have to learn if you're gonna be a real estate developer. Come on, let's go inside.
I don't think it's any warmer in here, but how did you figure out what was the biggest and best use for this property?
Absolutely. The number 2 tip for you guys in real estate development is know your numbers. What do I mean by that?
I don't know.
Knowing your numbers is knowing what you can do with the property, what can make it the most profitable, but also it's making sure that at the end of the day, when you build something like this that costs millions of dollars, that you know that you're gonna make more money than if you were to wholesale it, as Nikki was saying earlier.
Wholesaled it, wholesaled it, whatever.
Or if you were just going to rehab the house or something like that. You have to know your numbers, what the cost of construction is, what the development cost is, or what we like to call the horizontal cost.
What does that mean? Kind of like your electric and plumbing, or?
Nope, that's part of the vertical construction. Number 1 is the horizontal cost, how much it's gonna cost to bring sewer to the property, how much it's gonna cost to put a road in if you need a road. This one already had the road, already had sewer.
The development of a lot is the horizontal cost.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then the vertical is your price per foot. We build here for a little bit higher end between $170 and $190 per foot in cost to build without the land cost. We make sure that with that cost and with the land cost, that at the end of the day, we are extremely profitable.
Do not let money hold you back. You might think doing a $1 million project like this is impossible because it costs a lot of money, but actually there are a ton of options.
Most real estate investors start off with wholesaling. Then they may go to flipping. Then they may go to multifamily. And then the last holy grail that everybody goes to is real estate development or new construction. And it doesn't have to be that way. You can do a real estate development deal or new construction deal first. You do not have to do a wholesale deal or anything like that to get started in real estate investing. My first deal ever was actually a 2-build, ever. That was the first construction that I was ever a part of. First investment deal I was ever a part of. Do you think when I first got started, I had a dime to put into any of that? No.
We didn't. We had no money.
When you get into real estate investing with development, most banks will give you 90% of the construction cost and land. So that leaves you with the last 10% to figure out. So if you're doing $1 million deal, you gotta figure out, well, where do I get the last 10%? Most of the time, people like me or other people that are already in the business have extra cash sitting on the sidelines. They're looking to put into deals. You have to go network and find those people, and then you just use other people's money to fund the last 10%. Now, will that make sure that you don't have 100% of the deal? Yes, but it also allows you to expand. And that goes into tip number 4. Don't do deals alone. Don't go at this business alone. This deal right here that we're currently in, I am currently partnered with the guy that brought me the lot. It was a great relationship. It was a great partnership, and we were able to get into this property. He and I together have 0 of our own money in this current deal. I don't have any cash in it, and neither does he, because of the strategies that we talked about in number 3. I can't take you seriously. with
Eric
those
thinks
on.
my glasses are too big, so we'll take them off.
Wrapping this video up right here, the number 5 tip for getting started in real estate development is know your zoning codes. Know your council members, zoning codes, what you can and can't do with the property, and what options you have to rezone a property. You may have a property with 1 that could build 3. You may have a property with 1 that could be an apartment complex. But none of those things are gonna be able to happen without you networking with council members, the community that you're in, and seeing what they want to have happen in their community and what can happen on that lot.
Just here in Nashville, we're in Davidson County, where Nashville is. This varies greatly from the county next to us. So each and every county and even cities have very different ordinances and rules and obligations they have to abide by. So it's very important to know yours and where you're building at or developing or flipping even. Know your area, know your zones and the regulations.
There's even things that are called overlays here in Nashville. You have your base zoning and then you have another code on top of it that allows you to do certain things or doesn't allow you to do certain things. So you have to make sure that before you pull the trigger on a property that you really, really understand your zoning codes, or you can lose a lot of money very quickly.
This has never happened to you though, right? Once he did buy a house in a historic overlay and he didn't know that. And it was what it was.
Listen, you're gonna lose money in
You're
deals.
gonna lose money eventually.
Yeah.